Yo, welcome to the D&D, the Drink and Drown podcast. I'm one of two hosts, Tim and Nicholas, aka Mr. Terrible, aka TNT.
And it's your boy, Everon Williams, aka Big Easy. You don't know what going.
And this is the Unapologetic podcast with good intentions. Make sure to hit us up on our socials, which will be located below. Enjoy. Welcome to the podcast, Drink and Drown. The intro already did everything, but I'm just going to tell you a little about myself, and then Everon will tell you a little about himself. And we'll just go into things. So I'm Timon Nicholas. I came to Canada 3 years ago. I did welding. Actually, I'm doing welding as my career choice, and I'm a bum. That's what it is.
This guy said he's a bum. What do you mean you're a bum?
I'm not doing anything outside of planning for how I want the rest of my life to go. And in terms
In
of
what sense? Yeah.
Okay, it's like, how can I put it? I want to achieve a lot of things and I want to get there, but there's certain things stopping me. So I'm all talk and no action. So I'm basically just here saying, I want this, I want that, I'm going to get this and get that, but stuff are preventing me from doing these actions to get those things. So I'm a bum.
All right, so Timon's a bum. All right. Yes, he's a bum. I can't argue. He justified everything. So, I mean, who am I to judge? All right, but well, I am Evron Williams. I was born in Canada, raised in Antigua and Barbuda, and I'm now back in Canada doing school. I came back when 2013, and I've been here ever since. Completed my last 2 years of high school, and then went into university, where I'm still a student. Struggling with just like life as a student, but you know how it is. And hopefully, I don't end up being a bum like how Timon puts himself. Timon's not actually a bum, by the way, guys. He's just like that. But that's pretty much it. Just a young guy trying to figure out life.
Okay, I have to come back because his intro kind of sound extra late. Anyways, I am Timon Nicholas, okay? And I came from Antigua. I traveled the seas to get to Canada, okay? The seas. While I was in Antigua, I did 2 years in college. I got a mechanical engineering degree. Then I came over here and said, you know what? I need more. So I came and got me a welding degree. It took me 2 years to get that shit. And now I'm here getting people's daughters pregnant. Just go line. That was cap. That was cap. First impression is me capping. I'm sorry. But everything else was true.
I'm not looking up for you here, bro. Bad impression from everybody.
I'm like, all right, we not listening no more. This guy, he's trash. A bummy trash.
So how well, since we started off on that note, how would you explain, like, or would you describe your transition from a little, village youth growing up? I wouldn't say I wouldn't necessarily say you grew up rough per se. It was still you grew up in a very, I don't know what's the word you would use for it. It's like a village lifestyle, like country
village
yeah.
lifestyle.
Like like it's simpler. Not a lot going on in terms of like interaction with the rest of the world, but still, there's a lot going on because you create your own entertainment, right? And you left that type of environment and came to Canada, where you're not just coming back into the same type of situation. You're just, everything is like the opposite of what you used to. So how did you find that transition from like an island village boy now being tossed into big city life?
Like, you see, that one is so weird, right? Because it's not what I expected from when I watch, TV and YouTube and stuff. Everything seems so nice and peaceful and, nice and dandy.
Mhm.
But when I first came over, the culture shock was so real. It's not even funny. So the first hurdle, I can't even say I felt like a minority because I live in Toronto. So it's really like a melting pot of where everybody's at. But it was too mixed up for me. So I was accustomed to
So
like
too much different.
too much different. So I'm accustomed to like, some Black folk, Indian folk. Well, I shouldn't even say Indian folk like that, but it's just like, West Indians folks, right? And occasionally I see some white folks that come in for tourism. When I came to Canada, I was just like, all right, boom. I didn't even know how to use a credit card. I didn't know how to use the bus system. I was on the bus and I'm trying to figure out, do I stand up and say, here, bus stop, my stop, they had a whole kind of triggers. You pull in lines, you pull in
The
buttons, you're
straight line.
pressing, you check. I'm lost. I don't know what no street called. I'm looking on my Google saying, okay, where's this place? St. Clair. I'm trying to ask the bus driver, hey, do you know where St. Clair is? I had the something in your hand. I'm just like, yeah, but
But
I don't know where I am or where this place is. And I think it tells me to catch this bus. I'm not sure if it's the right bus. Wow, I can't hear you. Right. And I'm feeling all like, yo, this guy is real aggressive with me. You're not talking dialect, by the way. That's just me. And I'm just like, yo, he talking so everybody on the bus can hear. So I'm telling him, oh yeah, but I don't know where, St. Clair. He just like, you can't read. I'm just like, what is this guy? I'm just trying to get help, right? But then that was like a little problem that I had when I first came over. The
so
other
do
one
you
I
think
had,
in that moment, like on
uh,
on like the bus driver note, like would you say that actually wait, so when you came to Canada, did you come to Canada with the stereotypes, in mind? Like, did
man,
you Canadians a certain way, or is it that you learned about the stereotypes after being here for a while?
oh for sure, that's what it
Okay.
was. So
So okay, you just came in.
I came over here with a blank nothing. All I know was Canadians and nice as hell. That's the only stereotype I came over here with. Okay. So now my thing is, I'm gonna see anybody, and once I'm getting robbed, I can say, help. And somebody go like, I'm coming, young sir. I come over and help me. That's what I was thinking. Canadians nice, Americans trash. Sorry, Americans.
I'm
Right?
sorry.
So I came over, right? And another problem that I had was I'm accustomed when you see somebody, you say good afternoon or good day.
I
And you're
just agree.
passing them. And you just agree, nod head, something, hail up, right? So every time I'm passing somebody, I'm like, good day. They're like, huh? What you saying? I'm just like, oh no, I was just saying hi. And then they walk off. And I kept doing it. And nobody was just having no kind of manners. I'm just like, who raised these savages? Okay.
You see, and okay, so I've experienced that alongside Timon, not in my own way, but like I've seen Timon say good day to someone, and they look at him crazy because like they just don't know what's happening. But Timon doesn't get that. Timon used to think that these people are just weird, right? But what it is he says he would literally walk in the room and say, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. And I mean, we coming from, where we're from, that's how we talk. Good day, good day. It's a bit faster. I don't think there's much of an accent there, but somebody from outside will definitely hear an accent. And just the way you say good day, good day. And here people don't usually greet each other and say good day. They usually say like it's usually standard like good afternoon, good morning, if they're gonna say that much. Or it's just straight to hey, hello, what's up? Or hey, I need, so it's not, they're not about all that, but I think it's the way you sound when you say it. Not that people are rude, because I feel like most people would at least respond to a good day or a good afternoon if they heard or understood what you said. But now your accent gets in the way. And I know that's another thing you face issues with your accent because everyone knows about it except you. But I guess you'll get to that.
Yeah, yeah. The other big thing though is the people. So when I always hear people saying, "Oh, Chinese people are racist, white people are racist," talking about we all look alike, black people don't look alike, and I can attest to that we don't look alike. But I understand them now because when I first came to Canada and I was trying to explore my neighborhood and then catch little buses and figure out my route to school, every white person looked exactly the same.
I can feel that.
I could not. I saw you at my house. What are you doing here?
Man got off the bus
I
and the
got
guy
up.
driving the bus was in the bus station.
Right. I was just like, everybody looked the same.
Yeah.
It's only after I went to classes, when I went to school and I made some white friends, I started being able to distinguish between the faces and the behaviors and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, that's not my friend. That's some other random white person, you know?
Because you
And
got
then
used to it.
yeah, I got used to it quick. And then with the Indians really, I don't wanna, they really put a bad impression on me, to be honest. Like first impression, when I went to school, right? I came through the doors and a fragrance wafted through the halls and thumped me. Not even hit me. He thumped me in my nose. Okay. And in my head, I was just like, what is this earthy aroma?
Body, yeah, it's bodily
So
scent.
I'm literally walking through these halls with my face skin up. When I say skin up, it's like if I smell shit,
Walking stank
right?
face.
Yeah. So now I'm just like, oh my goodness. So in my head, I'm just like, all right, boom. I don't know what's causing the smell, but eventually I I figured it out. You know what I mean? And it was a situation where I had an Indian friend, at least two, and they were smelling fresh with the axe and the old spice. And I'm just like, oh, so they can smell fresh. And then that's where my perception of Indians came back down a notch. But the majority of them that I did see, they did smell kind of hard. But yeah.
Yeah, I used to find that a lot too with them specifically, and it became a thing where, um, like generally, I'm a very reasonable person. I like to think like I'm not gonna judge you ahead of time, but in a sense, I might be expecting a certain outcome from an encounter. So in the sense where when I came to Canada, there's a very large population of Indians here, and when I'd meet Indian people or come across them or cross paths on us, some of them there's like a lot of like very you know their body odor is just like I'm very aware of it. You know, I don't want to say they stink because maybe I have a huge ass nose. Maybe it's just my nose doing the most. So I'm willing to give myself the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I'm not looking at all Indians as if I expect them to stink or to smell the way that that one encounter had me feeling. And I used to at first it used to be like, oh damn, this is how all them smell. Just coming from the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, this is my encounter with these type of people, this different culture and everything. So I'm like, maybe it's something they're using, like maybe there's a type of deodorants they use, or just maybe the food you eat that you smell is people smell like food. I don't know what it is,
See, but I
but
think fun fact though, because like one of my Indian friends, I was asking him, like, yo, no disrespect, but like why the majority of Indians kind of smell frosy? He's like, well, I'm like, this smell kind of dirty, or like seasoning. And he's just like, oh yeah, it's just basically the food that they eat, and they don't use certain like colognes or soaps because they're having certain chemicals or use things that they religion don't accept or stuff like that of that nature. So they make
oh
incense and
yeah,
stuff like that. So I understood from that point of view, and I was just like, all right, I can't hate on them that hard. It's just me not accustomed to it.
mm,
But then
yeah,
sometimes they might just be working hard and they just come to school.
yeah, yeah. I might hit the gym before
Hit the
class.
gym before. I'm just like, what kind of madman?
Yeah.
Haven't with my encounter with Asian people or Chinese people or Korean people, um, I've seen them, but they haven't made themselves that approachable because they always
Mm,
stick with their own clique,
yeah, yeah.
and you never see them one off or anything, just chilling. And by the time you see one of them, it's just like I had so much bad experience with other people. I'm just like, I don't want to scare you or something. But yeah, in terms of like first impression and stuff in Canada, it was a shock. It was a shock, to be honest. But
Just
after my first year, I decided you have to get with the program because this is your first
definitely
year. So keep your mind
your intro.
open. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep your mind open. You can't take anything or be quick to anger or anything like that.
Mm.
Cause
But
like
it's
I've
like you
seen,
have to be a sponge.
yeah, you have to be a sponge to take it in. You have to catch up because they know the lay of the land
Up.
and you're behind. So I had to catch up.
Especially coming from our cultural background. Like, yeah, here in Canada, there are a lot of West Indian people, but as Antiguans, especially in Antigua, we're very laid back. in the sense that if something is not important to me, it's not important. So, even if it's the way of the future, I don't care about it. It's not important. I don't see the to develop these systems. I don't see the need to. For example, back home, our houses are not numbered, right? And we can't order something on the internet and have it delivered to our house because our houses aren't numbered. I don't think there's like we don't even have like a mail delivery system, like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
freight
no,
system.
no.
We don't have anything of that nature. And it's like, it's fine. There's not no one's really waking up every day complaining about us not having it. It's like, well, we don't have it, but
You get by. Yeah,
yeah,
we good.
yeah. So it's like there's not a lot of drive to do that type of stuff, and we tend to have that attitude and apply it to a lot of things, whether we know it or not. But when we come here, it's like we can either just be like, well, I know how to talk. I've been speaking this way my whole life. I don't see the need to change because everybody I've been speaking to up until this point understands me.
Yeah.
But then you get tossed into a situation where your teacher asks you a question and you answer it just normal, but then you realize this man really has no ideas what I just said. And you can choose to sit there and be like, well, I'm going to keep saying it the way I say it, or you can look at it and be like, well, you know, he clearly doesn't understand me. I know I can speak clearer for him to understand. So let me do that. And it's not even about losing your own, culture and all that. It's more of being open to just taking and observing and learning and applying that new everything, to your life and all that. And I find as Antiguans, in Antigua, we don't try and make a lot of change. But when we
Oh,
come
I
here, we
I did
realize we
not try
have
to
to.
change. I
Yep.
try, yeah. So what happened with me, right? When I first came and I had to introduce myself in the class and stuff, and I started talking. The moment I open up my mouth, I say, everybody's like, hear the
Yeah.
muttering. I was just like,
But they heard the seasoning in your voice.
in my head, I'm just like, I said this as best as I could in English. What are you what are you hearing?
But they heard all
Right?
the spice that, what's that?
Okay. Right? So I'm there and I'm talking, and a couple times, well, I'm trying to talk, the Queen's English, right? And there's certain words that it just seem like a headache to try to go and say it. So I just shorthanded and say some dialect, right? And then they hit me with the, what you say? And I'm just like, oh. And then I say it again, and then they still don't hear me. I'm just like, I just repeated myself in standard English. Are you saying you don't understand?
It's like, what could you like? It's the same words.
So it got to a point where every time I'm talking to somebody new, I had to keep repeating myself, and it was annoying. I didn't like repeating myself. So I did. I just stopped talking. So for that whole first year, I only answered the teachers when they asked me a direct question.
Yeah,
So
you
what I
just
did
really,
was I just kept quiet. I just giggled and laughed, and I just listened and observed for that whole year.
yep.
My second year, everybody realized, oh, this guy's kind of funny, or
Bro.
yeah. I'm just like, man, because like I've heard everyone talk like Canadian with his Canadian accent and stuff, and he can do it because I guess he's good with voices and stuff. But me, I'm pretty sure if I try to talk like a Canadian,
Yes.
somehow it's going to sound Italian.
Yep.
Oh God.
That's an exclusive fact about Timon. Anytime Timon emulates any accent, it will start off as the accent he intended it to be, but at around maybe halfway to three-quarter way through, whatever sentence, whatever paragraph he read, whatever it is, he's going to start with the Italian gestures and Italian accent with it, and it just comes in regardless as to what he's saying. And that's just been a thing with Timon. So if it comes through on the show and y'all hear it, remember I told you first. But even with the whole experience with just I left Antigua in a certain position in life, right? In the sense that I would say that I never viewed myself as like a popular kid per se, but I view myself as the guy who was chill with everyone. I was chill with who was known to be popular. I was chill with the people that weren't as popular. I was chill with everybody across the board. And I was just friendly. And coming here, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just be myself here, and the same thing is gonna happen. I'm gonna start off just being me. Anybody asks me anything, if I'm just gonna react the way everyone usually does in terms of just in life on a whole. And I decided, well, that's what we're gonna have. That's gonna be the game plan in a nutshell. That was the game plan. And starting off, my first day in class, I'm in high school here in grade 11. So first day, teacher asked me what's my name, introduced myself, I gave them my name. Everybody heard his accent, so they're just like, um, okay. Like I saw the look of concern on people's faces. So like not even concern in the sense that they were like, what's happening? It was more of a, okay, I hear a bit of something. What's that? What's that? It sparked the interest, right? And with that interest, I was like, okay, now I felt a bit of pressure because I'm like, okay, because I know I can either do the Canadian accent thing or I can just talk like me. But because I know people started to notice me because of my accent, I was like, you know what? I can't hold back now. you know, let off. So I wasn't even being extra. I just spoke. Like whatever was on my mind and I need to say, I just said it, and however it came out, it came out.
Yeah,
Teachers
because
understood me and everything.
yeah,
They
once
did.
the
They
once
did.
the teachers understood, because like I
Yeah.
had a teacher that really traveled, so
Mm.
he had a knack for like different accents and stuff, so he
Same,
understood
yeah, and
me.
like mine, he knew where he heard of Antigua before, right? Most times you tell somebody,
Uh yeah. So most times like what would happen is like I would you want me to okay. You want me to tell what's actually really interesting is the fact that sometimes I'll be talking normal and they'll ignore the accent and stuff. And then I'll say something interesting. And then them just like, say it again. You hear you said that? Water? And I'm just like, nah, I said water, dog. I said water. No, you said water. I was like, bro, I'm saying water and you're saying water. Like I that's not what I'm
no, it's
saying.
it's it's yeah, it was one of those things where I would say stuff and they would hear it, but they wouldn't, they'd hear it, but it's like, is that what I think I heard? So then they doubt themselves when they hear me say what I say, right? Because they're not sure if that's what they heard because it sounded a bit different when I said it to them, you know? So I think that's what it usually is on other people's on the receiving end of people. And even with not being able to tell people apart, like people of different races and ethnicities and stuff, like there was a lot of Chinese kids, especially at my school, and literally they all looked alike the first week. Not gonna lie. Like they all looked alike. Like I didn't know who was who, and then I'm like, okay, this guy, oh, he in my class, and then I'll see him not in my class, and it's like, oh, that's not the guy I thought that was in my class. It's this guy. So it was just like, okay, and then I realized, okay, nah, these are the features, and you just familiarize yourself with the features and stuff. And I feel like just being there and doing what you did, where you just like you sat back, you shut up, and you just observed for like a year,
Mm,
and the second year is when you start to show up. That's when
yeah.
people can get to know your personality. That's when you can start to bust jokes. Because that first year for me, I was like, nah. Like for the first 2 months, I was stuck on I'm just going to be myself and my personality is gonna work for me.
Mm.
I get back to the place where I have my friends, I have make new friends, everybody gonna I'm chill with everyone. But it's important to understand that what is like the way of life on a whole is different here too. Because there was a lot of lame shit that the cool kids used to do here.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
know that if they were doing that shit back home, they would not be cool.
Bro,
Like
the
they would be
level,
considered, they'd be
the
way
bar
smart.
for
Like nobody would
coolness,
talk to
the bar for coolness over here is mad low
them. It's mad low, bro.
compared
Like
to back home. Back home, people
little
are
to
cool.
nothing. Yeah, when you home, like back home, if somebody just said this nigga is a cool nigga, this nigga cool.
That nigga
Like
cool.
he's out here just like he doesn't have to be like cool in the sense that he has swag, it's not even the way he dresses, like it's like like you're judged hard home. People
Okay,
judge hard.
hear
You
this
check?
now. There was one problem that really had me shutting up, right? There's a thing that Antigua people do when people just play around too much. I'm just minding my business and you're just playing around. And your response is, Boss, hello, man. Let me tell you, the first time I said that and I got attention, I knew exactly what happened and how they took it.
Yep.
Because I was just like,
That's yeah. You just
Hmm.
it's like you have to breathe off. Like, oh Jesus, because you're not even trying, even though you know what just happened.
Yeah,
You hate that that's what just happened because you're not in any mood to explain yourself. But you
exactly.
know an explanation is warranted if this person is going to understand what just happened.
Because it's like it's so different. Because like when Antigua people say, "You love man," it's just like you're playing around with me. I'm telling you to stop. You keep playing with me, and I have to ask, "Do you like me?" Because I do not like you. You're playing around with me like if you
Yeah,
love me.
you're giving me
I
more
don't
attention.
love you. You're giving me a lot of attention, and I'm just telling you to give me my space and back off. I am not into you like that. I do not love you. I do not love you, sir. Sir, I do not love men.
Sorry.
I don't love man, sir. Sir, stop playing. You're always playing. So when
Yeah.
somebody say, yeah, you love man, they just mean you're playing around and you need to stop because there's no attraction you feel that you need to be playing around with me like that. So when I said it, it was in a jokey way of, yo, just chill, stop playing with me. Like right now, we need to
Yellow man.
focus. You
That's
know,
cool, man.
man, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
said it and I saw little reactions, I was just like, yeah, I
Uh,
just saw gay pride the other day. I
yeah.
get it. I get it.
That's another thing too. Us having to be more careful about what we say. Because as West Indian people coming from where we come from, who vex dead. That's what we say. Who vex dead. And what that means is if I do something and you're mad about it, it's your business. Because
Yeah, it's
I
your
don't care
business.
that
I
you're
don't
mad. I don't
care.
care that you're offended. Your feelings, I don't have any, no, I don't care. Right? Because back home, those things we're not as sensitive, or okay, on an individual basis we might be, but as a culture we're not. You know? Sensitivity is not a thing that is taught per se. Like it's more of a, if somebody says something to you, you either react or you ignore it.
Mm,
And
mm.
ignore it in the sense of being the bigger person, if that's the route you're taking, if we're ignoring. But if we're actually responding, the response is for us to be, we need to give a response that will prevent this person from ever pulling this stunt again, type of
Yeah.
thing. So it's like it's either confrontational or evasive, and evasive on being the bigger person on that
But
side.
don't get us wrong now. There's like a 1%, in Antigua that would chip out and be
Yeah,
all
chip. Oh,
sensitive and like, you can't say that, And just like, yo, where did you grow up? Really,
mhm,
really and truly. You
yeah.
don't have any kind of tough skin at all. Like, what are you
The tough
doing?
skin. I feel like we're born with tough skin. Oh.
Yeah,
And those that are not,
somebody
they tend
make
to
fun of
stand out.
you. Somebody make fun of you, you laugh or you fire back with a comeback. Or you
Literally.
find something else some way to stand out to let them know that hey, you played yourself. you
Like
know?
the worst thing for you to do if someone makes fun of you is to actually be offended.
Yes. Yes,
Because
because
if you
that
catch
will not
feelings,
stop. The
yeah,
more feelings you catch, the worse you get
the
it.
worse is gonna get. Because
It
that's we feed off of that. Like it's like if you give us the reaction that makes this whole act more interesting, you best believe we're gonna keep coming with that pressure. We come
see,
with that energy every day. We take it boxing your lunch, and not, we don't even want to like. It's not the fact that we want to cause you any pain, it's or anything. Like you're not being like the way how you see it in the states. People get beat up and just cut. Not even like that. It's like maybe we might just what we call grind you, like make fun of you, but in like a playful way. And it's like if you get mad and you get upset about it, that gives us more incentive to keep going. But a lot of times, if you laugh with the people that listen you, that's it's a more
yeah.
fun experience. Or
They
even this vice
realize, they
versa.
realize, they realize, oh, he can take a joke. Oh, he can do this sport that we do right
Yeah,
now. And they kind
it's
of
like
give you like a level of props. And then the next
mm,
time they come at you, they could be like, nah, it's not fun to really mess with him because he cool. He
yeah,
good.
he's not gonna give us a reaction
Yeah.
because we ain't out here for no blood. We're just out here for fun.
And Antigua people will make fun at every and anything.
Yep,
Nothing's off limit, guys. So don't come test me.
that literally like. Anyways, we didn't even have to go there.
Yeah, we don't even have
Yeah,
to go
just
there.
know, just
Just
know.
know, just know. Just know.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like even growing up at home, one thing that was different, like school, like literally, I realized school on TV is similar to like school here in real life.
Oh.
Like we went to school in Antigua. just going to school, and it was like school for us was one thing, and then the school we'd see like on TV and stuff was a whole different thing. Like not in the sense of like the different classes and periods and all. I mean all of that, but like the whole setup of school and like the attitudes of school kids and like the things that you experience in high school and stuff like that. It was like it's similar in context, like you're in like the things that were accomplished not because of high school, but because you're a certain age. So you start liking girls, or you start liking people at a certain age and stuff. Like all that still happened with us, but the drama, like our type of no, actually, in a sense, we kind of did have that drama, eh? Well, not us personally, but like people around
The
us.
drama around us, yeah, on some
Yeah.
Degrassi type shit.
So you know what? I may have been going on that rabbit hole just now, and I would have ended up at a wrong conclusion because I was going to say we didn't have no drama, but it was not we didn't have no drama. It's just like me and my guys, we didn't have no drama.
Oh no, we
you know,
were
except that one time.
instigators.
Yes, I wasn't even a part of that. I'm literally the guy who's chill with everybody, and so are most of my. Well, someone is. Not someone got enemies, but I don't have no enemies. Like I was good with everybody, but like them guys, like would. It's all about reactions. Like they're the type to just push buttons and watch to see what happens when they push those buttons.
Oh
From a
yeah,
distance.
so I don't know about anybody else, but when I went to school, I was always the happiest person, right? Because I treat every day like an episode, right? And I'm the main character. So now with that mentality going to school, right? I'm going and I'm saying, all right, I'm observing, I'm listening, I'm watching.
Mhm.
I'm feeling out everybody to see what they like, what they into, what they hate, who they hate. And I'm start pulling strings, I'm pressing buttons. I'm doing it in a way where I was never there, right?
Mhm.
So I'm basically just out here manipulating people. But I'm not really spreading false rumors or anything like that. I'm
Nah.
just saying, like, oh, you know how to take that. You
Yeah.
see what you just say? Nah. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that man watching
Come
you
on,
like that, bro.
enforce. Like someone had to make sure that anybody in any situation where they had to make a decision, he made sure that that person knew that
He
a
had to make a
calm response
decision.
was not acceptable.
Yeah, yeah.
So if
Like
that
that.
person decided to turn the other cheek, and just walk away, someone would be right there to be like, "Oh, no, you're not. You turn right back around and go away. I'm not this person now," because and that was Timon just for the fun of it. He didn't care if you actually did. I mean, in a sense, you care because you got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
But like
So
at the end,
now,
Timon not even in the situation.
because now it goes back to like I'm trying to figure out how I can let this episode reach a climax before it, it drops. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, today I know whoever is in a little beef, maybe I can get them to fight or argue to a point where after school we can get a little scuffle. You know what I mean? So my end goal is to see that scuffle before I go home, so I can come back and talk about the fight that happened yesterday. You know what I mean? So it was a situation where like I'm just enjoying myself, laughing up with everybody, but I'm just observing. And what me and my friends they used to do is used to like play bets. Cause sometimes so we set up like they call it rough out, like we'll rough out, like rough outs and stuff.
It's
And
basically where we would fight each other,
yeah.
but
And
we punch
we'll
and
set up
like
little like
like
little
we hurt
pots,
each other.
little
Yeah.
pools of money and stuff, like and have people throw fights and all that. It was crazy. Nobody enjoyed high school like I did. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. Like, there's so much to talk about on this topic, which I'm not gonna try to push everything on y'all today, because my mind is going off right now about high school. But
But
like,
as we go on, we can like get you guys when we get more involved with you guys, our listeners, we can like have more feedback, and like y'all can ask us more questions, kind of like feed us on to what you want us to talk about, experiences and stuff like that for sure. And then we have something for y'all because I'm pretty sure we have
for
a story for
sure,
almost everything. And
and I
if we
can,
don't have a story, we can make one up, and it's gonna be just as good.
and I can tell right now that y'all are judging me, but I can justify everything.
I feel at the end that like once y'all get to the understanding of how Timon's brain works, everything is gonna be a breeze.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything it's gonna be smooth sailing once you get how this nigga thinks.
Nah, but the school is fun though. Like,
Yeah,
yes, I should have paid attention some more in school because like I had times where like I repeated. I'm just like, yo, I'm tired of this class. And then somebody, I think it was my brother-in-law who once told me, no, you like school? I was like, I like it, but I don't like the teaching aspect of it. So you like the socializing. It's like, yeah. So he's like, if you don't like it, why you don't just do your work and come out? Okay, you can socialize with your friends them outside of school. And I was like,
Hmm,
bro, it's that simple now. You don't like it, you just study hard, pass, and
yep,
then get out.
literally.
And that was my thing was, well, I'm not no work. You just let me alone, boy. You just leave me alone and let me go about my business. But that's not how life works.
Yeah. For me, my parents used to always push, like, cause from like I started school, I was always like on top of my class, and going through it used to always be, I get good grades, but like, why they weren't better, So I always had that pressure over my head, and so I never had the opportunities to even think as freely as Timon in that aspect. Where Timon could like be like, nah, let me alone, leave me alone. Like I'm not trying to listen to nobody. Like that's all I would hear. It's all I would be surrounded by. Like my parents used to check my quiz book, see how much how my grades and stuff, right? So nah.
Uh,
Honestly, there's times I wish I was as free as y'all, just because y'all just had so much time to do a lot, and like I had the same time, but I just spent it in a different setting, which is not as boring. It's not as exciting as Timon's story. So y'all not gonna hear about a lot of my stories. Most of them come from Timon. I'll tell y'all that now.
oh, and we're gonna have some other friends that will probably join in just to, you know, tell you the story in a whole so you
Oh,
can get
yeah,
a better picture.
definitely.
Definitely.
So
Actually, I wanted somebody to this podcast with me. This friend that I had, she was a pain in my ass in primary school and a little bit in high school. Her name is Courtney. I still haven't talked to her yet about it, but I'm gonna wait until later on when this podcast really goes off. And I'm telling her, hey, I don't know what you do in your free time, but how about you just join me? But she's been like the moment I thought about a podcast, I just thought that she would just fit so well in
it's
that
cool.
scene.
A lot to see.
Yeah, Courtney is
She's very opinionated,
yes.
so she'll be a good, like counter feedback and discussion and stuff.
It's like when I'm saying some bullshit over here, she would really like, bro, I can't believe you just said that. I'll be like,
Yeah,
yeah, but I didn't mean nothing by it. But this is what your actions is going to lead to,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Everyone needs a Courtney in their life for
Yeah,
sure.
everybody need a quote in their life.
Because Courtney, yeah. Because me, I'm too laid back. Like I will allow bullshit to exist around me, and still exclude myself from it 100%. And even if you're trying to associate me with that bullshit, I don't care because I'm not. I know I'm good. So like, if someone was to say something on the line, I could justify it in my head why to say it. But a person like Courtney don't care what
Yeah,
reason he would have
she
to say.
don't care what reason,
I feel like that's a good balance to have.
It
So
really is. It's like
Courtney seems like
she left a good impression on me the first time. And it's like I rate her because like she just like if I'm thinking about like some shit that pissed me off in Adventist school, think about Courtney. But if I think about like somebody who's like really real, think about Courtney. Bro, when I first went to Adventist school, because I grew up in an Adventist home, if y'all didn't know,
Mhm.
Courtney on the first day of primary school now after I transfer, I'm sliding down the steps, right? Mind my own business. Da 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 da. Just sliding. And Courtney see me and say, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm just like, okay. So I pass her, go back up the step and slide down. I'm gonna tell on you.
Ratty.
So in my head, I'm just like, okay. So I go back up the stairs and I'm sliding down. She run off to the class. I'm going up the step and I'm sliding down. When I'm at the top of the step, I see the teacher coming out. I see her, but I'm like, she's not coming for me. So I continue sliding on this. Timon, what are you doing on this step? You're not supposed to be sliding down. Come here. Get blown right in front of the class. And that day, Courtney was my enemy.
Arch nemesis.
I
I
made
don't
it,
even know that story.
bro. I went all my class, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, and I called it BBC News. I did all kind of thing to get this girl upset. I had till she left the school. Not for those reasons. Not for those reasons, guys. I'm not a bully.
Should have had me in school.
Yeah, she left Adventist school and went somewhere. I think after grade 6, I think she went to PM and then came back to Adventist. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, after common entrance.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you
So it
were
was
no, you were in class. Okay, yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
So it was a point where I was like out for court. I did not like this girl. She let me get licks in, bro. First day of school, I know nobody. I'm just he's just trying to. I have a lunch kit and a bag. Nobody has had a lunch kit. So now I feel like a little kid with my lunch. So you know what I had to do? I put my lunch kit in my school bag so I could like fit in. And I knew somebody. I had a cousin in the class. Her name was Felicia. It was cool. Right? I had a cousin in the class. And she I was like, oh hi, Timon, hi, Timon. And I'm just like, girl, you're cool. Look at me. You know? But I look back at it and she really had my back, man. She really had my back. She honestly she was excited that I was in her class. Cause she was like, oh yo, that's my cousin. But yeah, no, I rate it, man. But Courtney, me and Courtney go way back. She my nemesis. But like I respect that Courtney. Like if Courtney was supposed to tell me like, hey, Timon, don't do that, I'd be like, she have good reasons. Why not? I'm not gonna do it. But yeah.
No, Courtney is solid.
I don't want
Solid.
to make the first episode too long because I'm pretty sure we're rambling about a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm still not down to the point where my tone and my what can I call it? I know I'm speaking a dialect, and I want to make sure that my words are coming across clearly to everyone and that you
I
can
think they
hear me
are for the most
properly.
part, though, because we're not talking that fast.
I'm not
Like,
talking that fast.
no, not really. I
I
feel like
hope so. So I'm gonna put
I
up.
feel like we should be fine.
Okay.
I
So I'm
feel
gonna pull out this first episode for sure, test the waters, get some feedback for some friends, and
for
see how
sure.
they're feeling the vibes. And then I can make little tweaks and stuff from there on in terms of how we spend most of the time, topics that we talk about, storyline that we follow. And yeah, just make it a nice, entertaining vibes because we try not to really talk about what we want to talk about just to keep it authentic and genuine.
Definitely.
So yeah.
And we're even open to, if you guys have good feedback, you give us good points, good things to talk about, you can even find yourself on the show. You know, I just call, you can join the conversation. Who knows?
Oh, and I don't know if y'all have this exclusive app, but it's called Clubhouse. And once in a while, we go on Clubhouse and we just have fun.
Definitely.
So
So
if Clubhouse is available to you, join. I'm trying to make a group, but there's a whole bunch of stuff because the app is still new and
yeah,
it's taking a while to really kick off. But when everything is up and ready, the Clubhouse room or group will be called Drink and Drown. So you will be able to find us there.
we can actually just have random talks in the day. Y'all can even utilize the group to, talk about what you want to talk about too. So in due time, everything should be available. For now, you can find our links in the bio. You can definitely check us out on Instagram. Um, we can set up a Twitter if you guys use that a lot, so we can get more of that, live feedback. Because Twitter is where everything's at. To be honest, like everything you find on the other socials come from Twitter. So we can set that up. But we can definitely find your feedback wherever you guys feel more comfortable posting it and reaching out to us, and then we can definitely go from there.
Now the trick here is how I'm gonna edit all this because I have no idea where to even start or begin. But everything is a work in progress, to be honest, and we will figure it out. I will figure it out. I will figure it out. So have some faith, have some patience, but I hope y'all really do enjoy.
For sure. So once again, it's your boy, Evron, signing out with my boy.
It's TNT, Timon Nicholas, Mr. Terrible, signing out till next time.
Right, you already know what it is. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope that you come back and join the conversation once again.
Hey,
Peace
bye.
out.